Hi, it's Erin. I figured I'd come to you outside in my backyard where I spend most of my time gardening and right now re-landscaping. Um, Beautiful garden beds that I have out here. And I love listening to the birds in the background, and everybody around me and me have dogs, so you might hear a couple of those around here. So I want to tell you about my action research project. I decided to do it on my fifth grade English language development class. My topic hook statement, here's my project here. My hook statement is most elementary school children who are learning a second language are learning through exploring and discovery. Motivation is an important concept in education. Students and teachers use the term to explain students' ability to learn in the classroom through success and failure. So my problem statement has to deal with how Hispanics graduation rates within 4 years are still lower than whites in 2019, according to the Colorado Department of Education. I have been teaching kindergarten for the last 6 years, and this last year was my first year teaching ELD from kindergarten all the way through fifth grade. And I found that my fifth grade students had a lack of motivation and engagement, and so I wanted to pursue that idea. And so my purpose of the study is to enhance the time on task and the levels of achievement with my fifth grade ELD classroom. The researcher will utilize motivational teaching practices and surveys to provide the idea of choice. Lastly, the strategies that are used to promote oracy, reading fluency, and written expression. And I wanted to collect data and find the relationship between student engagement and increased achievement. My research questions is: how does time on task affect achievement? How does culturally relevant lessons affect student engagement? What motivational strategies are effective in a language classroom? How does a teacher motivational teaching practice affect the student's classroom's motivation in terms of the level of attention, participation, and volunteering? And what is the relationship between the student's growth mindset and their actual classroom behavior and the teacher's classroom practice? My literature review had to deal with, I wanted to look first, what is motivation? And I'll start off with a quote. Starting from elementary school, student achievement is closely tied to underlining motivation. Student efficacy and active engagement in schools are among the most influential motivational factors leading to achievement. And CLD students are less likely to attend and participate and volunteer due to a variety of reasons, the lack of cultural responsiveness in the classroom. And so I started looking a little bit more into what is culturally responsive teaching. And culturally responsive teaching is the ability to create classrooms where race, culture, ethnicity are reinforced through teachers' attitudes towards diversity, classroom climate, and teacher preparation and multicultural curriculum. And I looked into responsive teaching strategies, so strategies of how to teach and how to teach through the culturally responsive teaching, and what kind of strategies I could use in that classroom. And also the Universal Design for Learning, which is a research-based planning framework that helps students develop language skills through support and high levels of achievement. Vocabulary is critical features, and big ideas should be emphasized or highlighted for students with clear connections to make students' background knowledge and perspectives. I've added some pretty cool visuals of understanding what is culturally responsive teaching and how to look at it through the lens of the family, through the lens of religion, ethnicity, their age, their gender, and how they communicate it. And also I looked at engagement, the difference between cognitive engagement, affective engagement, and behavioral engagement. So my class is the setting of the school that this is going to be held at is in a rural district in the western state, both diverse ethnically, culturally, and socioeconomically. It serves, the school is an expeditionary learning school, which is a project-based school and serves about 519 students. The students are, more than half of them are on free and reduced lunch, and more than half of them are minorities, and half of the minorities are Latinos. Since the students that attend this school, their expeditionary learning school, they have their EL core areas: mastery of knowledge, character, and high-quality student work. Students are engaged in learning that is challenging, adventurous, and meaningful. Their EL motto is, "We are crew, not passengers." They thrive through collaboration, challenging work, acceptance, and a growth mindset, and joy. So our students at our school are used to working in a group setting. They're used to doing a lot of back-to-back, face-to-face type of collaboration. My 5th grade classroom will be 45 minutes as a literacy-based ELD. The participants will be 5th graders, there'll be about 20 of them, and they'll be identified as English learners through the WAPT, the state-mandated placement assessment. They'll also have they'll have a variety of English language proficiency levels and grouped heterogeneously. Many of the students might be on IEPs next year. The ELD curriculum in our school is a program called Culturally Linguistically Diverse Education. The curriculum covers the state's learning standards. It's a literacy-based ELD, which includes oracy, metalanguage, reading and writing, and the academic language levels, which include word phrase level, sentence level, and discourse level. Next year will be our first year trying to align our ELD curriculum with the EL Education Language Arts curriculum, or ELA. What I am proposing for next year is doing 2 surveys. The first survey would be at the beginning of the year to find out the students' demographic information, their classroom environment. I want to know about their attitudes and their personal growth mindset, questions, and also activities. I want to find out what their likes and dislikes are. Then at the end of my action research project in December, I want to do another survey and find out the participants' experiences and attitudes concerning the classroom climate, and do a teacher evaluation. Within the units during the semester, I want to be able to creating interactive and culturally relevant lessons and activities that are anchored to the state standards and aligned with the EL Education Language Arts curriculum. Each unit will start with building background knowledge, a pre-test. Then it'll go into Lincoln language, which adds new vocabulary, Lotta Lora, dictato, and collaborative strategic reading. At the beginning and the end of each unit, I'll have a pre-test and a post-test, and I will be using the WIDA rubric to score them. And at the end of the unit, they'll do a writing or a project to show what they have learned. The instructional strategies and differentiated instruction will meet the needs of all students by promoting engagement and achievement to enhance motivation. I will be recording every day of class participation, time on task, and journals. The students will be doing a do now journal write at least twice a week, reflecting on their own learning for the week, and just finding out how they're feeling in the class, how they're feeling about the learning, and and just wanting to see if I can tie a lot of their learning into their background knowledge and into their home. Some strategies that I might be trying this next year is a lineup game or pair group discussions. Maybe do a little bit, instead of doing just a turn and talk, doing more group discussions at a table. Might try the Privilege Rock, which is an experimental activity in which participants line up in a straight line across the middle of the room and move forward or backwards depending on whether the statement applies to them or not. So these are some more ideas of how I can try to implement some different culturally relevant strategies to try to gain, see if I can motivate the kids a little more and be able to engage them and see if trying some new strategies will work next year. So thank you so much for letting me tell you about my project. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.